Kien f'Mejju ta' 2017?
It was in the year 2000.
L-inċident ġara qisu 10 snin ilu.
I had just turned 40, and a couple of months after, I found out that I had breast cancer.
To have cancer is like, there's a lottery that nobody wants to win, but unfortunately sometimes that is the stake.
Mhux xi ħaġa faċli għaliex il-kelma kanser hija kera x'int tismagħha.
You're scared. You don't know what's happening. It's from one thing to another. In my case, with the kids, you have to sort of play it down, when in reality it's quite big.
It's important to note that when we're talking about breast cancer, we usually tend to say that it is women who get breast cancer, but we do get a few, about 1% of those would be men. So it's also important for men to identify if there are any changes and to report those changes as well.
Kull ma rajt kien spot ta' dem fil-qmis, fil-livell ovvjament tal-breast. Li allura jiena ħsib dak il-moment li kienet ċiponta brax ta' mandunajċ. Illa lix ovvjament ma konċ nagħmel dak li qed nagħti parir illum lill-irġiel jagħmlu, ċoe wieħed jittestja sidru. Mistejt sidri ovvjament wieħed ħass il-lamp.
The commonest symptom is when a lady feels a lump. But there are other symptoms. There are some skin changes. If there's a tumor on the skin, it can cause dimpling in the skin. There could be a rash around the nipple.
ħak xura fir-ras tas-sider fin-nipple, jista' jkun hemm xi discharge jew demm mir-ras tas-sider, jista' jinbidel ix-shape, jista' jkun hemm boċċi fl-għon taħt l-idejn. Jew sfortunatament meta l-każ ikun daqsxejn aktar avvanzat, jew ikun hemm xi feriti jew boċċi fis-sider fuq il-ġilda, jew nkella il-pazjenta tħossha taqta' lura, titlef il-peace, etc.
My first symptom was fatigue, but I did not connect it to breast cancer. Being summer, after the summer, I mean, everybody's always tired in the summer, after summer. And then I started noticing a change in size in my breast. And it took me quite some time to realize that something is wrong. It took me about 2 to 3 months. But then when I realized the difference in size, I thought that something is wrong. And I went and checked myself.
ħassej ġbit minn taħt idejja, għal-ġa sidri, għal-ġa nipel. U dew jgħidu li mxejn. Imma jiena bqajt ninsisti li hemm xi ħaġa mhux normali għaliex l-uġieħ kien insupportabbli meta pereżempju kan inżel it-taraġġ ħanħossu ħafna iktar.
My husband told me, listen, you get it checked. There's nothing wrong if you go to the GP. He told me, if you want, we can go together. But I thought, listen, I can always, take a walk to the doctor, to our GP, and I needn't wait until my husband comes from work again. So I decided I go myself, and the doctor immediately referred me for further investigation.
I was formally started on doing breast surgery around 20 years ago in the year 2000 when Mr. Swain set up the breast clinic.
L-ewwel li jsir bażikament biex issir id-diagnosi ikun hemm dak jgħidulu triple assessment. Triple assessment hija taħlita ta' affarijiet li jaslu għal konferma jew esklużjoni tad-diagnosi. Ġifieri nibdew nieħdu l-istorja tal-pazjent, naraw x'kienu s-sintomi u neżaminawhom. Wara li neżaminawhom nibagħtuhom għall-X-rays li jinkludi ġeneralment mammogram u ultrasound, ultrasound, u mbagħad neħdu sample tal-biċċa li qed tinkwitana. Neħdu sample dik li jgħidu l-core biopsy ġifieri labra.
And that comes to us to the laboratory for us to be analyzed and to make a precise diagnosis on what is going on.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer amongst women in Malta as well as in other European countries. So in fact it is estimated that around 1 in 8 women are affected by breast cancer at any point in her life.
It is very important that we get to know what our body looks like. And as regards to breast, it's very important to know what our breast looks like And it's important for us to know that there are differences from norms. So like your right side might be different from your left side.
Breast self-examination, usually it's recommended to start from women aged 25 years and older.
Ideally, a female examines her breast once a month. If she's still menstruating, it would be 3 days after her period. And if she's postmenopausal, then a given time during the month.
Darba kull ftit snin skont l-età tal-pazjenta ikollha bżonn testijiet bħal mammogram jew ultrasound jew it-tnej biex naraw jekk hemm xi ħaġa li ma tinħassx imma tidher fuq daw it-testijiet tal-X-rays.
Jiena kont imur batu għalija il-breast screening il-belt. Ġakant marx darbtejn oħra batu għalija, mart nagħmel il-mammogram.
This is a national program for healthy people. At the moment, we are inviting all women who are of an age between 50 and 68 going on to 69 years of age, and this is in line with the European guidelines.
Wara 15 days ċemplu li għallu li tista' tiġi ħannamlu lek ultrasound. Martina u għallu li anki Dr. Zilza, per eżempju, għalli li għandek għalli curable, ma jina I thought it was a lump. Ma konċ għat nasab li hija cancer.
Il-screening dak huwa xogħol li inti tipprova kemm jista' jkun taqbad tumur żgħir illi ħadd ma jista' jħossu bidejh, ikun għadu ma jinħassx, imma aħna naqbduh, narawh u nittrattawh qabel ma jikber u jilħaq jagħmel ħafna effetti ħsiena.
L-ħsibijiet għall-ewwel xejn jgħidlek li għandek kanser neħu minni lew ma ġibt quddiem għajnejja tfal u raġel li ħanħallihom warajja. Imma mbagħad ma' żmien tibda toqgħod u tibda tirrealizza li m'għandekx għalfejn toqgħod tagħmel hekk fuq il-bambin m'hemm ħadd u mbagħad tibda bil-kura toqgħod taħt idej li jgħidulek il-professuri u t-tobba u tibda tikkalma bil-mod.
Hearing that word, I mean, I was shocked and I switched immediately into denial. And I started telling him that those results are not mine, that there is some huge mistake, and that I'm willing to do the biopsy again so that will confirm that those are really wrong. And he told me, no. We have to seek further surgery and we have to find a surgeon as quickly as possible.
Dan il-kanċer huwa tipo ta' kanċer differenti mill-oħrajn għax effettwa il-femminilità tal-mara. U dak jiena nara li tagħmel effett kbir mhux tali fuq il-mara anke fuq il-familja tagħha.
Mhux il-ħajja tal-pazjent biss tinbidel, il-ħajja tal-familja kollha, il-ħajja tat-tfal, il-ħajja tal-partner. Hemm ħafna bidla, hemm ħafna trauma sa ċertu punt.
My kids. How am I going to tell them? How am I going to go through this with them by my side? Sort of not to scare them.
It's a problem that at the time the patient and her family have to stop and deal with it. And that is how we try to support our patients, by giving them more information, by helping them to cope with the situation, by giving them information how to talk to their relatives, how to talk to their children.
Ir-raġel kien miegħi meta sirt naf, kien bil-qiegħda u sakemm qegħdin jara r-riżultat tal-mammogram fuq il-kompjuter ratteba u mill-ewwel induna. Għax jiena l-mammi tiegħi kellha wkoll 7 snin qabli. Għal speċi kellna l-esperjenza kont naf bejn wieħed u ieħor x'ikun hemm.
Nafu li bejn 10 u 5% tan-nisa u l-irġieli jippreżentaw bil-kanser tas-sider ikun hemm problema ġenetika. U dawn tipikament ikunu nisa li għadhom żgħar, li kellhom diversi membri tal-familja li qabadhom breast cancer meta kienu żgħar, li kellhom membri tal-familja li kienu rġiel bil-breast cancer jew inkella membri tal-familja li kienu nisa ma qabadhom breast cancer fiż-żewġ naħat.
Qabel ma jsir il-genetic testing irid isir counseling ukoll għax inti meta tagħmel genetic testing għall-argument persuna tiġi trid tagħmel genetic testing, trid tkun taf l-implikazzjonijiet ta' jekk jiġi pożittiv it-test. Sewa, għax jekk jiġi pożittiv it-test kull ma jgħidlek huwa inti għandek riskju iktar minn ta' persuna normali li jkollok kanser.
Mbagħad kien dejja jiena ħares lejh bdejt nibki dak il-ħin, għatlu isma' x'inhu jgħidli għax jiena m'iniex nisma'. Mbagħad mort id-dar, it-tfal ma rridx nurihom, ma rrid ngħid il-ħadd, mhux ma rridx ngħid il-ħadd għax nibża ngħid, għax ma rridx ninkwethom.
I told my husband from the very beginning, he was a rock. He was there for me every single day. When I was sick, when I had my good days.
Imma ma stajċ ma norihomx għax il-fatt li kont sa nieħu l-kimo l-ewwel ħajaraw nibla xar, ħajaraw nibla saħħa, ma nistax naħbi. U l-ewwel mat il-ġenituri tiegħi u mbagħad għadt t-tifel. U anke l-mami bdiet tibki bħal speċi u qalt li aħjar reġa' ħareġ lili milli lilek.
My son, as he was so young, I had to tell him in his own way, sort of just that I'm a bit sick. I might need some medicine that may make me even sicker. That my hair might fall off. But that was sort of, I tried to put everything into a joke. Sort of, my husband is bald, so I told him we're going to be two bald-headed in the house. I tried to play everything down for him.
I had a lot of support from my family, from professionals, and that is very important. And that's the advice I give to people, that it is important that all the support you are offered, you take. You don't say no thank you, because you need it.
ħafna minn nisa jkollhom bżonn ftit sessions ta' support, jinnaf 6 to 8 sessions, waqt eżatt wara d-diagnosis u waqt li jkunu għaddejjin bit-treatment.
Cancer is a life-changing experience, and it's important to get help. I even sought psychological support, and that is what builds you, that is what helps you come out of it, not so much bruised.
Each individual's journey is different, and we need to respect that. So when we're talking about psychological services on oncology, we need to have that flexibility so we are there for when the patient needs to come. Some people mightn't want it, and you cannot force it on them, because this is something which is very personal. Also, some people might need it for the initial stages, and then say, look, I'm managing on my own, thank you, and that's fine.
Mhux dejjem nista' nipprevenu l-kanser, ħafna drabi nistgħu naqbdu kmieni, imma nafu li hemm ċertu affarijiet li nista' nagħmlu li ġew provatu li naqsu r-riskju li wieħed jaqbdu l-kanser. Dawn jinkludu li wieħed ma jkunx qawwi, allura noqgħdu attenti għal peace, li wieħed jagħmel l-eżerċizzju, ma jixrobx, ma jpejjibx, ma jieħux ħafna laħam aħmar u laħam proċessat u ikel proċessat u jieħu kemm jista' jkun ikel li fih il-ħaxix u l-frott.
Other things that might help are, if you're going to have children, to have them early on in life, if possible, and to breastfeed them as opposed to not breastfeeding. It doesn't mean that if anyone has breastfed or if anyone is living a healthy diet, they will never get breast cancer. Because so far we haven't identified the exact cause of breast cancer and what we can do to prevent it completely.
Along my breast cancer journey, especially in the first phase, I met a lot of other ladies that had similar experiences. And I thought that, there is so much little information available, and we started building on that idea. We formed Action for Breast Cancer in May 2007. Helen Muscat was the chairperson of Action for Breast Cancer Foundation, and we still follow the principles we started off from, and we still hail Helen for her dynamics that really live on into Action for Breast Cancer Foundation.
The Action for Breast Cancer Foundation has helped us throughout the years through their fundraising activities and giving us equipment, but presently Action for Breast Cancer are providing a free bra for patients who have had a mastectomy. We also give them written information, and the Action for Breast Cancer Foundation are providing a folder, a smart folder where we can put in the patient's information, their results, and they can keep it and refer to it whenever necessary.
What is very reassuring, that in spite of the increase in numbers, the mortality, which means that the number of women that die of the disease, is steadily decreasing. In fact, there were recently some statistics from the EU which showed that breast cancer in Malta has an 87% 5-year survival, which means that out of 100 women that get breast cancer today in Malta, including the early ones, the late ones, the whole group, 87 of them are going to be alive 5 years later.
Jiena kont vera negattiva ħafna, kollox nibda nara pereżempju. Kollox bi kbir, anke inkisir li oġġett, hekk nagħmel kollox bi kbir. Illum m'għadniex nieħu daqshekk bi kbir għall-affarijiet. Illum sirt ngħid speċi l-aqwa li għandi s-saħħa, jiġri x'jiġri l-aqwa li hemm saħħti.
The experience changed me a lot. I am not the person I was before, and I don't think that I will ever be again. But it's all in a positive way. You realize what is important in life, and you do stop to smell the flowers more.
L-ewwel tabib li rajt, l-unika ħaġa li qalli huwa li 50% tal-mod kif issolvi l-problema tiegħek kif moħħok ħafna nies iġġilduha u rebħuha. U naħseb dak huwa l-ikbar talima li ħadd f'dal 10 snin illi li għaddej f'dal proċess.
What I would like to conclude with is advising ladies to self-examine, and if they find any abnormality, they must present early to their doctor.
U allura il-proċessi kollha li nisimgħu mill-medja, minn kull min qiegħed f'dan ix-xogħol li tiċċekkja biex tippreveni japplikaw kemm għan-nisa u anke għall-irġiel.
But I often see ladies who tell me, no, I'm worried about checking myself. And this is a bit short-sighted, because if the disease is going to come on, it's going to come on anyway. You won't make yourself get ill because you've examined yourself. And you can only do good to yourself by noticing the disease at an early age.
I do appeal to all women in the age group between 50 and 68 years to contact us if they haven't done a mammogram in the last 2 years.
My advice to you is, if you feel or see something which wasn't there before, speak out. Go to your medical GP and get checked out. It's better having a negative result than leaving it too late.
Saying that mbagħad ma mmorrux l-estrem li ħorru nifissaw. Jiġifieri m'għandniex għalfejn noqogħdu niċċekkjaw sidirna kuljum, m'għandniex għalfejn nkunu werrin ngħixu ħajja ta' twerwir, imma l-importanti li nagħmlu check-ups li hemm bżonn.
Life is beautiful. It is worthwhile living it with the right attitude. You can, derive a lot of positiveness from your negative experience, and it will be a turning point, and you'll discover that there are a lot of more good things in you, talents maybe, that will make you even a better person.